Well, maybe we're starting to come out of this funk that we've been in here at the barn. A second and a third tonight at Northfield Park. A win with George. Ontario has been racing great the last few days. I will rewind all the way back to the start of the day. Now, obviously, went to Delaware. I didn't really know what to expect. With Aunt Lily, she warmed up super, super good. But I said to Jason going out, we'll just kind of look left and see what's going on. The key for me, I guess, my thought process was, how is Chris's horse getting off the gate, Chris Page? He doesn't want to really let me in front and try me. I think he just wants to keep me at bay and keep me to the right of him. He's getting a little warmer, a little out of gear. I'm going to try and put him in a bad spot and see what happens. And exactly as I said, as I come off the car, I look left, Chris is there. And he's kind of looking at me a little bit, and he's kind of keeping his horse at bay. Ronnie's already been looped off the car. But Chris's horse, she's the best filly. I mean, she's the best filly in the race. He just has to get into and around the first turn, and he didn't. As I started to accelerate going into the turn, he did also, and he ended up making a little bit of a break. Now, I knew that Brett probably would turn me. I didn't know that filly very good. She was also on something. I don't know which one it was, but Aunt Laura, maybe? I think her name was. And the favorite's already been on the run. I'm one of the favorites. The other favorite's in a kind of a bad spot. I don't think he's any closer than now third or fourth. And Lily feels good when I cross over to the front. Now, this is important. As I was trying to, in retrospect, figure out what happened to this filly. Now, we still have to get her blood back, but I'm not convinced you're going to see a whole lot wrong. Her scope was fine. And this is where I think it all went wrong with her. When you drive a horse in the wintertime that doesn't have enough cork, now you don't see it a lot here in Ontario and Canada, you see it a lot. When horses don't have good enough cork and they're slipping, they feel great when you really got them bottled up. But as you release that bit from their mouth a little bit and ask them to trot or pace forward, they get tired out very, very quickly. As we started into the backstretch, I would have bet you as much as you wanted to bet that Aunt Lily was going to absolutely jog. She's coming off that good mile at Northfield, never pulled the earplug. She was just super strong. And that's how she felt today. Again, I know the favorite. The only one that I think can beat me fair and square is already run. The horse first over is Beaver's horse. I don't know the horse, but I briefly looked at its lines. I wasn't really that concerned. As we got into the far turn, now he's beside me. I haven't pulled the earplugs, but I'm a little concerned. I give a quick glance over my shoulder, and I don't see a ton of threats looming, except for the one right there. Now, as we get partway around the last turn, I feel like Lily's coming back a little bit. I still haven't completely asked her. I kick the earplugs out. She flattens. Within 2 pylons, 3 pylons, she feels flat. We come out of the turn. 5 of them go by me. I'm thinking, must be sick. Par for the course. It seems like everybody's sick lately. We've had a terrible week. Why wouldn't she race bad? We scope her, she scope's fine. Now, I'm more apt to believe, now the Jugette winner was on the front, but I don't think the front end was playing very well early. But again, circumstances change when you see the favorite on the run, and you're in a position to take advantage of that, right? You're in a very advantageous position. And as I said, as we trotted by the half, I would have bet you as much as you wanted to bet, even into the backstretch, as I said. I would have bet as much as you want to bet that she was a winner. And the fact that she not only got beat, but flattened so quickly and tired out so quickly, seeing the track a little bit deep, I'm thinking maybe she didn't get through the track very well. Now, we'll wait for the blood, but that was my take on today's race with Aunt Lily. So now I'm totally deflated as we go back to Northfield, but I'm not going to race our horses. I'm going to continue to race our horses. I'm not going to start putting them in vulnerable positions just because I'm a little shell-shocked and I've had a bad couple of days. So when they said go with Sweeney, I had him at max speed coming off the car. crossed over into the 2-hole. I thought I was a winner in the last turn. He raced good, but he finished second in 58. I got to watch George of the Jungle win. Brett dropped the hammer on him. I was happy to see that, so good job by him. And then Casanova Hall, I was sure he was good, but I went up to the program before, and you see all those X's, and even with the equipment break, all those X's. And I kept thinking to myself, I know he's much better. I know he's good, but I can't really afford to make a mistake with him tonight now, can I? And I ended up underdriving him. I just didn't want to get him underway early, and as it turned out, Luke just sat beside me, until I had to move 3 wide around him. I don't really know why I was in such a big hurry anyway. I mean, the 2 favorites are sitting first and second. The only horse that can beat them on paper is me. Why not just wait? Either way, it is what it was. I didn't want to get him underway right where he made that break on Mark. What if Mark was wrong? What if it was a combination of broken equipment? What if him getting out of gear and making a break broke the equipment? None of this was spelled out crystal clear to me. All I knew was that he broke his Cooper strap and they had to pull him up. But when I look at 5 breaks in a row, for the most part, I got to play it safe, right? So I let Luke sit out there. The horse was perfect. He is absolutely perfect now. You can feel it. It's hard to explain as a driver, but when you're driving a trotter with no confidence, you can feel their uneasiness, right? You can feel their self-conscious way, and you just feel it. He doesn't feel like that anymore. He feels like he's supposed to feel. Felt like I could have blasted him right off the car, but obviously I'm not going to. I think we got a decent horse on our hands. But as I said to Ray the other day in an email, we're going to race him where he belongs. We're not going to expect him to go out and win a straight numbers and 3 somewhere in 55 when we can race him right here in 57. And let him graduate up the classes. And then as he gets his confidence up and he starts to build confidence, then we'll see what Casanova Hall is all about. It's just going to take a little time. There's no rush. Those wins he's going to have, they'll come. But I will tell you this, the confidence I felt in that horse tonight, quite a bit higher than the last time I saw him. And I think it's only going to get better and better and better and better. I believe we have him fixed now. I believe he's hung up right. I believe he's trotting square. It just took a little time. A little longer than I thought, but we got him there. So that was the draw for tonight. Obviously coming off, I know that Fancy won and Chicago was second, but for the love of God, it just feels like the world just imploded on me the last 48 hours. And, we're getting an opportunity to turn the page and get things back on track. I had a great conversation with a number of people today about the Lexington sale, about the buckets, how they're going to look. A lot of input, actually. And it was super helpful. I know I said I'd have those buckets into you by Wednesday, and today is obviously Wednesday. We have a lot going on. Today, you know what I have going on tomorrow? Nothing. If I can talk Eric and Wendy into it, if they have time tomorrow, I'll think about it overnight, we'll square them away, and we'll get the buckets into you. There's going to be a lot of buckets. There's not going to be just 2 or 3. I think Amy's idea is smart. I think it's forward thinking. And I think it's what our clients want. I think it's what you guys want. Yes, we're going to have some smaller buckets for people to get into, because I think there is a lot of benefit in having that. But I also believe there is a benefit in having a trotting fillies bucket, right? Or one trotting filly. I can tell you right now, I don't know why, but we will have a higher end pacer that we're buying, and I can almost tell you right now, it might be sold out. There's a number of people, new clients, old clients, existing clients that wanted one. Fine with me. I love a challenge, and I think we've had a lot of luck over the last little while. My Captain Incredible is certainly not. He's a long way from paying for himself, but very talented colt, and I think we're doing the right thing by him, and hopefully that will pay dividends at the end of the year. Same as a trotting, a higher end trotter. We are going to get one of those also again. I'm really excited about the sale coming up. Really excited about what we have going on. I went with every baby this morning myself. Very happy with what I saw. I'm just trying to think of who I went with. Who was the one that tried it the whole way? The Peter Cole. Uncle Danny, I thought. They all look great. They all trotted. They all did their work well. Nobody did anything wrong. I just thought that guy, he scooted along a little bit quicker than everybody else and looked good. Means nothing today. So what are we going to do with those horses in the future? I got some great ideas from people also regarding our homebreds. I know a lot of people are saying, where is Miss Mildred's daughter? Relax. She's coming. We have Sweeney's half-sister by Bolstead. That's exciting. We have Miss Mildred's daughter by Sweet Lou. And we have 4 additional homebreds to sell also. And we have some great ideas. John came up with a great idea for that also. So much stuff rattling around in my head. A lot of it negative the last few days. And I am not a negative person, you know that. So it has really, really been eating away at me. And although the races I won tonight were not ours, and they were just very minuscule overnight purses, it certainly helped lift me up and put me back on track. I was super happy with Sweeney, and Casanova Hall took a little longer than I thought, but we got him, and I think he'll be moving forward now. And here's the thing, and I always say this, this industry gives you opportunities, right? With those 5 breaks, we can use those lines to our advantage now when we enter Casanova Hall, and other horses too. I think we're going to have a lot of fun over the next few months. We're going to continue to acquire horses, and we're going to dump some here in the next little while too. Just horses that aren't going to fit in. I've been protecting them. I've been waiting, but just almost there. They may have to go. So anyway, lots to talk about over the next 3, 4, 5 days. Let's get through tomorrow. We got Arrowhead. We only have Arrowhead left tomorrow now, and Rose Run AJ, Tactical Mounds, and the Miss Versatility. Not as much going on as tomorrow as I wanted. That's done. Turn the page and moving forward. Good luck to our 3 that are racing tomorrow. Really don't care tomorrow night. I will talk to you all very soon. I hope you did have a good night. It was a good night at the office. It felt good to get back on the proper side of the fence, so to speak. So I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.